Coming up on Mountain News at 5:30, the murder of two men in East Tennessee remains unsolved more than a year and a half later. Plus, some scary moments in Georgia as a small plane crashes on a roadway before hitting multiple vehicles.
And my goodness, what a day we had. Temperatures in the mid to upper 60s, and I hope you enjoyed it because we're going to cool off again. Details coming up.
Dedicated to southern and eastern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News at 5:30.
And good evening, I'm Steve Hensley. It's been more than a year since the killings of two men in Claiborne County, Tennessee, and there are still no suspects in the case. Nathan Hamblin and Robert Hatfield were both shot and killed at the old Copper Glow mine. Their families are pleading for justice and now offering a reward for any information that leads to an arrest. Jared Austin has more.
A year and a half without answers or justice in the Nathan Hamblin and Robbie Hatfield homicide case. It weighs heavy on Nathan Hamblin's aunt and uncle.
We won't stop. And it's not just us, there's the whole family.
In the summer of 2024, the Claiborne County Sheriff's Office reported Nathan Hamblin and Robbie Hatfield were killed at a mine in Clairfield. The sheriff says the two men were scrapping metal there, found dead in a tower on the property.
Someone out there knows what went on, and they know that what happened, and I would appreciate it a lot if they would just come forward.
Since that summer day, the sheriff's office and TBI have been investigating that double homicide. They've had multiple suspects who they believe knew the two men, but have had a hard time finding them. Nathan's family knows someone knows who killed their nephew and Robbie Hatfield.
Just do the right thing. Just do the right thing. Be the bigger person. Find the courage to just come forth.
They've even gone as far as working with the Hatfield family and are now offering a $2,500 reward to help find Nathan and Robbie's killer. They hope this will bring someone forward.
They weren't throwaway people. Family loved them. We love them. And they deserve justice. We deserve justice.
The family remains determined they'll keep fighting for answers until they find out who killed Nathan Hamblin and Robbie Hatfield.
That was Jared Austin reporting. Our sister station in Knoxville did reach out to the sheriff's office to see if there is any new information. The sheriff says there is not any new information to pass along. It is day 10 in the search for the mother of Today Show host Savannah Guthrie. The FBI released some chilling new images and video from Nancy Guthrie's doorbell camera today from the morning of her disappearance. The video shows a person wearing a mask at the 84-year-old's front door. The person is armed and is carrying a backpack and appears to have tampered with the camera. FBI Director Kash Patel said the Bureau recovered the previously inaccessible images from residual data located in back-end systems. Some scary moments in northeast Georgia as a small plane crashed on a roadway and hit several vehicles. This happened yesterday in the city of Gainesville. No one was seriously hurt. Reports say the pilot had to make an emergency landing after the plane experienced engine problems. FAA records show the plane was returning to Gainesville from Blountville, Tennessee, after first making a stop in Knoxville. Records also show the plane was registered in Lexington, Kentucky. New analysis shows ICE repeatedly has held people in custody after courts have ordered their immediate release. It also indicates the Trump administration has imposed release conditions that judges never authorized. The analysis stems from immigration cases the chief judge of Minnesota's federal court flagged. In about 24 of them, records show judges have used words like contempt and noncompliance to threaten the Justice Department. Governor Beshear announced today multiple indictments have been made in a licensing fraud investigation. The governor's office says a federal grand jury in Louisville returned an indictment charging 5 Louisville residents with fraud and money laundering offenses. Irregularities were noticed by the Kentucky Transportation Cabinet and they contacted law enforcement. KYTC officials reportedly revoked nearly 2,000 credentials. Governor Beshear has also appointed Jeremy Slinker as Deputy Secretary for KYTC to improve operations at licensing offices. Temperatures soared into the 70s in some places today, feeling like a heat wave after being mainly below freezing for more than 2 weeks. It's so nice outside, meteorologist Eric Dean insisted on doing weather from the WYMT front porch. Eric.
You know, Steve, just a couple weeks ago, this entire parking lot here at the WYMT studios was covered in snow and ice. Today, a different story. Take a look at the temperatures right now. We're sitting at 68 degrees out there. Our humidity is at 52%. We have a southwesterly wind at 8 miles per hour. And again, my goodness, what a day. Take a look here at the temperatures across eastern Kentucky. We're seeing those temperatures in the 60s and 70s right now. So if you have plans tonight, not bad at all. There you go. 72 is the temperature in Somerset, 70 in Lexington, Manchester's at 73, 66 in Whitesburg, Pikeville's at 70, 68 in Jackson. Satellite and radar right now, all is quiet for now, but shower chances will start to pick up as we go into the evening and overnight hours. We will see a front push through, which will drop the temperatures for your Wednesday, with highs going back into the 40s. But right now, definitely take advantage of the nice weather as we're seeing those temperatures in the 60s and 70s. I'll have the complete first alert forecast coming up in a few minutes. Steve.
All right, Eric, thank you. As lawmakers gain access to unredacted Epstein files, they are pushing to end the statute of limitations on sex crimes. Leaders in Congress say Virginia's law can prevent future abuses like Epstein's from taking place. WYMT Washington correspondent Brendan Cullerton has the details from Capitol Hill.
Minority Leader Chuck Schumer stood next to Jeffrey Epstein's victims on Capitol Hill Tuesday, saying law changes are necessary to prevent powerful predators from cheating the system.
No longer can abusers weaponize the clock.
Lawmakers say too many victims suffered the same fate as Epstein's survivor, Virginia Guffrey, being told their justice had expired.
Not because the harm wasn't real, not because the abuse didn't happen, but because the system ran out the clock.
Minority Leader Chuck Schumer introduced a new bill named Virginia's Law, which he says gives survivors more time to seek accountability.
When they're strong enough, supported enough, able to face the weight of civil litigation. Sometimes it takes years to recuperate from the horror.
Women's Caucus Chair Teresa Ledger Fernandez says the legislation also provides a so-called look-back window for past offenses, including those tied to Epstein.
So survivors who were previously barred, who were told, no, you do not have access to the courtroom, so they have time to now go back and seek justice.
Guffrey's family attended the press conference and said the bill would have made Virginia proud.
I want to begin with a single word. A word that meant everything to my sister. A word we will not stop fighting for until real justice is served. And that word is change.
Schumer says he is considering going with a number of lawmakers to check the unredacted Epstein files held by the Justice Department. In Washington, I'm Brendan Cullerton.
Also in the nation's capital, a crucial vote this week could lay the groundwork for new federal election rules. The House is taking up the Save America Act, which would create stricter registration requirements. It's taking center stage in the national debate over election integrity. The legislation would require citizens to provide documentary proof of U.S. citizenship when registering to vote, but on Capitol Hill, the Democratic Women's Caucus argue it could disproportionately impact women.
Women could be forced to drive 5 hours round trip just to vote. Working women can't afford to take that time off of work. And by the way, who's going to care for the kids?
Lawmakers also point to millions of women who have changed their names after marriage as a group that could face additional hurdles. If the bill passes the House, it heads to the Senate, where it would need 66 votes to pass. The West Virginia state legislature is looking at a bill that would make changes to the high school athlete transfer rules. Right now in West Virginia, any student can transfer schools once and retain their athletic eligibility without needing the approval of the West Virginia Secondary School Activities Commission. But under the proposed bill, any incoming juniors and seniors wanting to transfer and play athletics for their new school in the upcoming year would need to get permission from the organization. The executive director says he believes it would rein in some transfers.
And I think that would be a pretty solid compromise between where we used to be that worked well and where the state legislature put us, which has obviously increased the number of transfers and allowed students to transfer during the school year, which has really created havoc for our athletic programs.
The House Education Committee still needs to mark up the bill and then vote on passing it to the House floor. The University of Kentucky is offering support to students and staff on campus dealing with recovery. This spring, their Collegiate Recovery Program is offering training to support those navigating addiction and recovery. Recovery Ally Training is a series of virtual seminars to learn about the recovery process, and it also links you with resources on campus to help those struggling. Students who complete this training are eligible to receive credit. The training sessions are an extension of the weekly recovery meetings on campus. Coming up on Mountain News at 5:30, it was not a very Merry Christmas for some retailers this year. We'll tell you why.
And in the world of weather, highs today made into the 60s and 70s, and I hope you enjoyed that because there's a change coming. Details coming up.